You guys, the internet is trying to figure out who is this Republican politician in the Epstein files that bragged about getting more votes than Jeb Bush and said love ya to Epstein. This is an email Epstein received from a redacted sender during the 2016 presidential primaries. The subject is I beat Bush, and it says, "Hi Jeffrey, I got more votes than Jeb Bush got in Iowa, and I only had 1 congressional district, he had 4. It's so funny to me, totally embarrassing to him, still like Trump and might be a delegate to the Republican convention." They talk about going to the Caribbean and end with love ya. So a lot of internet sleuths think it must be someone who ran against Jeb Bush in the primaries that year, like Marco Rubio or Ben Carson, because they both beat him. Others guess it was Rand Paul because he only won 1 delegate in Iowa. But I personally don't think it was someone who was running in the 2016 presidential election, because the sender says still like Trump and might be a delegate at the Republican convention. I don't think one of Trump's competitors would say they like him, especially at that point in time. And if you're running for president, you are not thinking about being a delegate, you're thinking you'd be at the convention as the nominee, which is why I'm subscribing to the theory that the sender is Gwendolyn Beck, a close friend of Epstein's and Trump supporter, who ran for Virginia's 5th congressional district in 2014 and got 5,420 votes, which is just more than Jeb's 5,238 votes. Gwendolyn Beck worked as Epstein's money manager in the 90s and was a regular face at his parties, like here she is with him, Prince Andrew, and Melania. And Epstein survivor Virginia Giuffre actually mentioned Gwendolyn Beck in some of her testimonies, saying that she'd been involved in an orgy on Epstein Island and was part of some of the trafficking. And when Gwendolyn Beck ran for Congress, Epstein donated to her campaign, and at that time he had already served jail time for being a convicted sex offender. And she was asked why she accepted Epstein's money. She said, "I am deeply opposed to and shocked by his behavior, but he has paid his debt to society. Although humanly flawed, he can be a great asset to our nation because he understands finance on a level most people can't comprehend." That's a ridiculous way to excuse the harm that Epstein was doing. Anyway, what do you guys think? Who is the redacted sender who actually isn't supposed to be redacted, because legally the DOJ cannot shield people for their reputations like that? News Girls has been digging through the Epstein files and bringing you the important revelations we find, so follow to stay in the loop.